Welcome back, excellent 8th graders and stupendous 7th graders of MSM3. We are back for another lesson. This is Unit 7, Lesson 9, and this is Finding Volume. You just got done a few different lessons on surface area, and surface area is definitely on the challenging side. The good news is volume is much, much easier. So we start you out with a harder one first, so you get some nice relief here when we do volume. You did volume last year. Today is volume of prisms and cylinders, which you did last year in MSM2. The next couple of, so we're just reviewing it, so you remember how to do volume. But then the next couple of days, we're going to be finding volume of shapes that you haven't done before. These notes are actually kind of similar to the ones you did last year. I believe last year's notes had examples about eating contests, so we're going to look at similar sort of thing again. So Takeru, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Kobayashi is a competitive eater and holds many world records for eating. One of them is that he ate 13 grilled cheese sandwiches in 1 minute. 1 minute, ate 13 sandwiches. That is absolutely insane. If each sandwich is 4.5 by 5 by 0.75 inches, what volume of food did Kobayashi eat in 1 minute? Now, when dimensions are given like this, typically the first one given is the length, the second is the width, and the third is the height. So just for future reference. So a stack of 13 grilled cheese sandwiches would be shaped like a right prism. A prism is a polyhedron in which two of the faces, the bases, are congruent and parallel. The other faces are parallelograms, and in this case, they are going to be rectangular because it's a right prism. I guess I should have just kept reading. All right. The formula for finding the volume of a prism is much, much easier than the surface area one. All it is capital B times H. Notice it's a capital B. We already know capital B means area of the base. Don't just say base. It's area of the base. And then the height is the height of the prism, also known as the distance between the two bases. All right, so find the volume of the stack of sandwiches. She'll work with the correct formulas. So V equals BH. There's your first formula. And the only thing we have to calculate is the area of the base. The shape of the base is a rectangle, so LW. The length and the width of the sandwich, there we go. We just labeled it up here, 4.5 times 5. So that is, again, I probably should have been able to do that in my head. Just don't want to make silly mistakes. 22.5 inches squared. Yeah, I don't want to make silly mistakes because none of you are here to tell me I've made a mistake. All right, so now let's plug it in. So V equals 22.5 times the height. Now, if you need to, we don't have a picture drawn. We certainly could have done that. I'm actually going to go right up here and use this picture. We just used the 5 and the 4.5. Those were the bases. And then the height, just like when we were doing surface area, is the distance between those bases, which we already know is 0.75. Or is it 0.75? The 0.75 is for what? One sandwich. So how tall is the stack of sandwiches? So if each one is 0.75, there are 13 sandwiches. So I need to do 0.75 times 13. So the height is actually 9.75 in inches, yes. Okay, so be careful. Every time you have a word problem, you gotta be careful of little tricks like that. We want to see if you're thinking. So V equals 22.5 times 9.75, 219.375 inches squared. All right, so that number is exact. Notice I didn't round it. I didn't round it because it doesn't tell me anywhere to round it, and that's exact. And exact is always better than something you've approximated. All right, so the volume of the sandwiches is 219.375 inches squared. It's a word problem, so we need a sentence to answer the question. All right, we'll be coming back to that after. We're going to compare a couple of eating records. This guy here, Kobayashi, at one time had the record for eating the most hot dogs in the hot dog eating contest that always happens on July 4th. You should check it out. It is totally disgusting, but it's just one of those things you can't tear your eyes away from. What's the guy's name? Joey Chestnut, I believe, is the current record holder, and it's like something crazy, like 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes or something like that. It's like low 70s. It's insane. Anyway, so find the volume. Okay, this is a triangular prism. You've got to be really, really careful. This is not resting on its base. Okay, so this rectangle right here, that is not the base of this shape. Base of the shape is the triangle because it is a triangular prism. Ask yourself before you get started, what is this shape? And that will help you figure out what the base is. Oh, I almost started doing surface area. You're doing volume. V equals BH. So B equals, so it's a triangular base. So 1/2 BH. So here's my, cover this up if you need to. There's my triangle. There's my right angle. So my base is 16. My height is 14. So 1/2 times 16 times 14. Half of 16 is 8. 8 times 14 is 112 inches squared. So V equals 112. And then the height is the distance between these two triangles. So right there, there's my pink highlighter showing how I'm connecting those two triangles. And that is 20. So V equals 2240 inches cubed. Oh, Mrs. Hill, major mistake back on the last problem. I see I've been doing these videos back to back, so I'm still thinking about surface area. What did I do back here? My base area should be squared. My volume, though, is cubed. How many of you caught that? Oh, boy. Okay, so remember, volume is units cubed. Units cubed, not units squared. All right, let's see. I'm going to stop the video here and do a second one for part 2. So I will be, or for the back side. So I will be right back.